Assalamu alaikum, dear students. It's me, Muhammad Zubair Khan, and we are in week 10 of Statistic 1. So, we were studying the different graphical presentation of the data. We have studied that how to draw the frequency distribution by histogram, by frequency polygon. Now, we will discuss the less than and more than cumulative frequency curves. How to draw the less than cumulative frequency curve and how to draw the more than cumulative frequency curve. That is called also Ojai. This is basically called what? Ojai. This curve is called Ogive, Ogive. Ojai ya Ogive. So, in case if we are going to draw the less than or more than cumulative frequency curve, so what we need, first we need to understand that how we can find out the less than and more than cumulative frequencies, and from where we can find out the less than and more than frequency. Remember, when the frequency distribution is given, so you can find out the less than cumulative frequency and more than cumulative frequency. First step is that you will check the classes. If the classes are in continuous form, it means that if the class boundaries are given, then no need to convert the class limits from discontinuous form into continuous form. If you see the example here, in this example we have classes and frequency, but the classes are in continuous form. If you see, we have continuous form of the classes, 10 to 20, then 20 to 30, then 30 to 40. It means there is a repetition of the lower class, upper class boundary as a lower class boundary in the next class. So if we have the classes in continuous form and frequency, so first we will find out the less than cumulative frequency. How to find out the less than cumulative frequency? We have to accumulate the frequencies. We have to add up the frequency with a sequence. So we will take star. First we will find the sum up of the frequency. So if we add the frequency, so it will become 18. 18 is the summation of the frequency. After that, if we need to find out the less than cumulative frequency. So less than cumulative frequency means that how many numbers or how many frequency or how many elements we have less than the upper class boundaries. Means less than 20, how many numbers we have? 1. Less than 30, how many numbers we have? So 2 and plus 1, we have 3. Otherwise, you can easily sum up the frequency to get the less than cumulative frequencies. How? Take start from the first one. We have studied already that how to calculate the less than cumulative frequency and the more than cumulative frequency. So you should take start from the first given frequency, that is 1. So 1, you should write 1 here. 1 plus 2, 3. 3 plus 4, 7. 7 plus 5, 12. 12 plus 3, 15. 15 plus 2, 17. And 17 plus 1, 18. So the summation and the last component of the less than cumulative frequency are same. If they are same, it means your calculation is correct. If not, it means something is wrong in the calculation. After that, if we need to calculate the more than cumulative frequency. So more than cumulative frequency means that how many numbers more than 10. In this particular case, we are taking the lower class boundary. In this case, we are taking upper class boundaries. This is also the major point that you need to understand. Now, what is the total number of the frequency? That is 18. So you will take a start from 18. 18 minus 1, 17. 17 minus 2, 15. 15 minus 4, 11. 11 minus 5, 6. 6 minus 3, 3. 3 minus 2, 1. So the last component of the more than cumulative frequency curve, the more than cumulative frequency column and the frequency column should same. If they are same, it means your calculation is correct. If they are different, it means your calculation is wrong. After finding the less than and more than cumulative frequencies, then to draw their graph, which is called Ojai, or which is called cumulative frequency curve, less than and more than. What you have to do, First, you need to draw frequency on y-axis and class boundaries on x-axis. So, if we draw frequency on y-axis, this is xy plane. So, the highest value in frequency is 5. So, you can start from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can write here less than cumulative frequency. And on x-axis we will take what? The upper class boundaries. Upper class boundaries. These are upper class boundaries. So start from 20, 20, 30, then 40, then 50, then 60, then 70 and 80. Here you should write upper class boundaries. Now if you see, what is the corresponding element of the first class boundary? 20 is the upper class boundary and the corresponding elements of less than cumulative frequency is 1. So 20 having frequency 1. Then 30 having frequency 3. 30 having frequency 3. Then 40 having frequency 7. 40 having frequency 7. Here we did a mistake that you need to draw the cumulative frequency, because we have to draw the cumulative frequency. So you need to draw the highest value of the cumulative frequency is 18. So you need to accommodate 18. So if we start from 4, then 8, then 12, then 16, then 18, then then 20, then 24, like this. If we take 4 as a gap between the two elements, so what we have to do now, if you see 1, 20 having cumulative frequency 1, so 1 is here just above 0. Then 3, it's also below 4. Here the next one, it will be here on 30. Then 7 on 40, 7 just below 8 on 40. Then 12 on 50. Then 15 on 60. 15 below 16 on 60. And then 17 on 70. 17 just above 16. And then 18 on 80. 18 is the class boundary, upper class boundary, 80, and 18 is the cumulative frequency. Now if you see, so it's a curve from left to right and from low to high. Here you can write less than cumulative frequency curve. Less than cumulative frequency curve. Now for more than cumulative frequency curve, what you need to do, you need the lower class boundaries. You need the lower class boundaries and you need the column of more than cumulative frequency curve. So cumulative frequency on y-axis, on cumulative frequency, if we draw on y-axis, so we have to accommodate again up to 18. So you should start from 4, from 0 to 4, then 8, then 12, then 16, then 20, then 24. And here you should write more than cumulative frequency. And on x-axis we need the lower class boundary. Lower class boundary. So lower class boundary is starting from 10. So here you will write 10, then 20, then 30, then 40, then 50, then 60, and then 70, because the last lower class boundary is 70. Now try to join the corresponding elements. 18 on 10, so it will take start from the high level. 18 here we have, below 20, this is 18 and 10. Then 17 and 20, 17 on 20, 20 is the class boundary, and 17 just below 18, 17. Then 15 on 30, 30 and 15 just below 16. Then 11 on 40, 40, 11 below 12. Then 6 on 50, 50 and 6 just below 8. Then 3 on 60, 3 just below 4 on 60, and the last one is 1 is corresponding towards 70. So 1 just above 0. Now if you join these points, so it will be again a smooth curve from left to right and from high to low. So this one is from low to high and this one is from high to low. So here you can write more than cumulative frequency curve. So by this way you can draw the less than cumulative frequency curve and the more than cumulative frequency curve. And this was the last graphical presentation of the data. Inshallah, in next class we will start the different types of averages. So you should do some practice on few questions, that how to draw the less than cumulative frequency curve and how to draw the more than cumulative frequency curve. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.